and how our club can attract new members. In today's presentation, we're going to learn how each of us can help our club find new members. This presentation is part of Toastmasters International's Successful Club Series. The Successful Club Series is a set of programs addressing how to plan and conduct quality meetings and have a successful club. Today's presentation will be given by Greg Geikema. As most of you know, Greg is our club president, and he lives in Holt with his wife Amy and his 6-year-old daughter Alexis, and he enjoys reading and running. Please join me in welcoming Greg, who will help us in our efforts to keep our membership strong by speaking on the subject of finding new members for our club.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests, BJ and Karen. Welcome to Transportation Toastmasters. This is club number 4776. We have 22 official members in our club. When I became president on July 1, 2010, we had 21 members. In the past 10 months, we've lost 6 members. So you can see it's important to keep replacing members, otherwise it wouldn't be very long and you would be down to a few people. You'd have to disband your club. Thankfully, in the last 10 months, we've gained 7 members. So we've lost 6, we've gained 7. From researching, I found that about 20% of your typical membership doesn't renew every year. So we're about where the average is. And the reason is priorities change. You've got lots of mother-father combinations working 2 jobs, or each working a job. Now they need to take the kids to soccer practice. Busy at work. Out of our 6 members that left, 2 of them retired from the state, and they were too busy to get back into Toastmasters. Retirement is busy. 3 of our members were just too busy at work. These are the reasons I got. And 1 moved to another city that was, I believe they may have joined another Toastmasters club. So we need to replenish those members. And Toastmasters International has a goal. They'd like each club to have 20 members. So we're doing good at 22 members, but I'd like to see up to 30 members, because you get in a situation where we might have 8 to 12 per meeting with our members, and the Toastmaster has to scramble to find positions at the last minute. So we're going to try and get more members. I'm going to go through some ideas of how we can get members and how that benefits our club. When I was here last year and we had a lot of members, we had 2 or 3 speeches every meeting, and I was afraid that we had too many members and I wouldn't get any speeches in. Well, now I realize you can never have too many members. By attracting new members, it helps others take on the Toastmaster role, the general evaluator role. We need to have everyone take on a different role, such as grammarian, and I would like to do the hour counter someday just so I can rest and relax, take it easy for once. Not that I hate to act like I want to rest and relax and take it easy in front of my club. I want to do all the jobs, but I want to have all the zeal in the world. Getting new members is important because it brings new ideas to the club. There's a larger pool of potential leaders. As I said, board meetings are coming up. We'd like to have a few new faces in there. We get too comfortable giving speeches in front of the same people, so it's good to have new members. It's more fun, and even though it's only $1.50 per month in dues, it does bring in more revenue. 22 members, $1.50 is $33, so that's a good bit of money we can use, the board can use to send our club members to district conferences or have pizza parties, whatever we decide. Jennifer, who do you think is responsible for attracting new members?
Our VP of PR.
Manesh, what do you think? You all?
Oh, that's good.
Everyone in the club is responsible for attracting new members. Really, the vice president of membership is the most important role for that. But all of us have a role in inviting guests, and I know you brought Mary Goodall here before. I think about a lot of people. So I know we're a good club. I've been to clubs where they're dying clubs, and I've asked them, well, how many guests have you asked? We haven't had a guest in 2 or 3 months. The average, for every 3 guests who come to a meeting, 1 will join the club. So you need to have guests coming to get more people into your club. To give you some ideas here, 4 out of 5 new members say they first learned about Toastmasters through personal contact. Now, I actually learned through Toastmasters from seeing a brochure on the wall. And it would have been nice if someone had talked to me, but eventually I showed up for an open house, and I was talked to by some of the Toastmaster members, and I was interested in it. So if you don't get out there and talk to people, they're not going to be as zealous about coming to the meetings. Wear your Toastmaster pin every day, display Toastmaster magazines, put brochures up around your office, anything to just get people to talk to you about Toastmasters. Now I'm going to give you my examples of what worked for me in attracting guests to come to the Toastmasters meetings. Originally, I would ask a lot of people to come to meetings and say, I'm giving a speech, would you come? Or I'd say, would you come to Toastmasters? And they'd say, I will come when you're giving a speech, Greg. So I held them to it. I would ask, well, I'm giving a speech next week, will you come? And I would say 80% came to my speeches, which was good. Then I would have 5 or 6 guests coming to a meeting. It would make me very nervous up here, but I felt important, and I would practice my speeches. I would practice them over and over at home because I knew that I was going to invite guests. And so this was a good way to get guests. Then I thought, okay, now I can invite guests when I'm the Toastmaster, because I'm the Toastmaster a lot. I can ask my friends, coworkers, well, I'm going to be the Toastmaster. Would you like to see me this week? They don't know what the Toastmaster is. So I say, sure, that sounds like an important role. And they would show up while I'm the Toastmaster. So I learned these tricks. I'm just passing on to you. One more thing I would add about how I got guests to attend meetings. I found that at first I would, such as go up to, let's use VJ as an example, and I'd say, hey VJ, I'm in Toastmasters, would you like to come? What would you say to that?
Maybe.
Well, yeah, and you
What
might
is it
say,
about? Yeah.
yep, you might say it's during my lunch hour, and I don't know. So I learned to approach guests, and I'll use Julie as an example now. Julie, you're in Lansing Community College. What are you studying?
Oh, I'm studying a master's in public administration.
Wow. How many days a week do you go?
1 day a week in the evenings from 6 to 9.
And then I would just strike up a conversation using my Toastmaster skills. And I would befriend them. I mean, it's interesting for me to know too. And then after 2 or 3 minutes, I would say, you know, I learned about, I'm giving a speech in Toastmasters on college or whatnot, or I should give a speech on that. And I say, hey, do you want to come to it? And that worked very well, that after you talk with someone for 3 or 4 minutes and listen to them, that they were more apt to come to the meetings. Just to explain, when I came to Toastmasters, I know I got the guest folder, my first and second meetings, and many members came and talked to me, but no one really told me what the next step was. I had the membership application, but no one said, here, contact the president or contact the VP of membership. It was in the packet, but I really was waiting around for someone to tell me that, what the next step was, and it didn't really get done. So those are just my examples. And maybe if we have time at the end of the meeting, we can discuss some of that. Such as, how did you hear about Toastmasters? Was it through someone? Did you see a brochure? And what was your first reaction to the club? I myself thought, well, these are people that are really polished. They're a little corny with all the clapping. But I knew that I couldn't get speeches in or fill major roles unless I joined. And that kind of drove me to join, that, okay, I can come to meetings, but I can't get the whole benefit. So getting people to visit our club is just one step in the membership building process. We need to greet guests at the door if they arrive, sit with them during the meeting, and speak with them after the meeting, let them know what the next steps are. Even if the guest does not join after the first visit, invite the guest to the next meeting. Follow up with a phone call or a note saying, I enjoyed meeting you. Guests are not just for the benefit of us, it's also to the benefit of them. BJ. So don't feel shy about asking guests, because it's not just helping you to get a new member to listen to you, but it also could be very valuable to the guests in that they learn how to speak, they learn, I will give testimonials how much it helped me, and if I can help someone else learn as much as I learned with the confidence, then I at least want to give them the chance to attend the meeting. So that's the conclusion of my report. Hopefully at the end we can get some guest comments about what they felt, or even some of our members' comments. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.